Hello and welcome to my Crystal Collection video series. This is part 9, so there's 8 other parts you might have missed, so go watch those first. But if you've already watched them, then welcome back and let's just get right into it. Let's start with my peach Stillbite specimen. You've seen Stillbite in my collection previously if you watched my other videos. It was in a combo piece alongside my Apophyllite, and Stillbite is well known to grow alongside Apophyllite. And just like my other Apophyllite specimen with the Stillbite, this piece of Stillbite is also from India. And as you can see, it kind of resembles, I guess, bow ties. People compare it to like the bow tie shape. But for me, it's more reminiscent of like wheat chiefs. Yeah, I don't know, like little tiny wheat chiefs. But yeah, so Stillbite comes in peach, pink, and also white in its colors. And yeah, just really cool looking. Now I have here my Peach Rainbow Amethyst Medium Cut Base, which, if you've seen my previous videos, you've seen me showcase Rainbow Amethyst before. So I don't think I'll be repeating myself. I'll just note that this piece, like the others, also comes from Brazil. Moving on to my clear quartz cluster specimen. Not much to say in regards to quartz, really, so I'll just leave that. And yeah, it's just a small cluster I have here, but you know, what it lacks in size, it makes up in its quality. It's quite clear, and yeah. Alright, now on to another smaller piece, which is my Sage Moonstone Mini Sphere. So there are a variety of different moonstones which are out there, but the main signifier of a moonstone is its adolescence. And what adolescence is a silvery shine or sheen that it gives off, and this is due to its main components of feldspar, orthoclase, and albite. That sort of mix and alternating layers in its structure. There's a wide range of colors that it comes in moonstone due to differing amounts of iron inclusions and forms of iron inclusions. So you get a variety of colors that range from, well, white to beige to brown to red to orange to green to yellow. And if the iron content is extremely high, it can even come appearing in black because it's just that dark. So previously I discussed the effects of asterism when I was showing you my rose quartz sphere, which has an asterism effect. In some rare instances you can find moonstone with that very effect. Not here though, but it's possible. Just I don't have one that has that effect, not yet anyways. But even though it doesn't have that little special, asterism effect, what this has as its sort of, special sort of feature is its color, actually. This sage coloring, which is actually a much more rare version of moonstone. In fact, it comes from only one locality, which is in Tanzania. And so, yeah. Other varieties of moonstone come from Australia, Austria, Finland, India, Madagascar, Mexico, Norway, Russia, Sri Lanka, Switzerland, and the United States. So it comes in a lot of areas that you can find moonstone. But yeah, only sage moonstone comes from one locality in Tanzania. Yeah. So now let's talk about some marketing shenanigans. How about that? So yeah, starting with Rainbow Moonstone, because Rainbow Moonstone isn't even a moonstone at all. So, in case you didn't know, it's actually just white labradorite. So yeah, not actually a moonstone. That's an easy one. So the next is a little bit more of a discussion that I guess I need to, go over. And that is, it's the mislabeling of green moonstone with garnierite, as well as whatever this thing is over here. Okay, so garnierite is not a moonstone. It's a green nickel ore formed by laterific weathering of ultramafic rocks. So now, as for this, it appears that it could be just low-grade feldspar that's been dyed with nickel salt solution, which gives off this sort of apple green coloring. But as you can see here, you've got one of the telltale signs of man-made dyed crystals, and that's the pooling of dye within cracks. So obviously you can see that pooling here and how green, saturated green that color is. So that's definitely a telltale sign that it's not natural. Now, I wouldn't at all be surprised if there were more sort of marketing scams surrounding the other varieties of moonstone out there. However, I haven't really focused on them to know them, if they exist at all. I just know about the sage moonstone in particular because I was interested in purchasing it and had to, learn about it, look it up and find out what I can about it so I can tell what's out there, if it's real, if it's fake or not. That's what I usually do when I purchase crystals. I don't just purchase on a whim. I try to learn about them first. So yeah. Next up is my agate with clear druzy medium tint from Brazil. And I won't be going into detail about agate since I've already done so previously, and so far I've said all that I've said about agate that I need to say about agate, so yeah, there's no need to say more. And then I have my tangerine quartz cluster specimen. So tangerine quartz is just a trade name of clear quartz that's been stained orange due to the iron-rich soil the crystal grew in. Because quartz is a fairly hard crystal, it is a 7 on the most hard scale test. It isn't porous of a material, so that the orange stain is really only on the outside surface of the quartz, and it won't leach in, so it won't leach into the crystal itself. It'll just stay on the outside. And so if you wanted to actually remove the stain with, say, a strong cleaning solution such as muriatic acid, you can. But usually when the color is this nice and vibrant orange, people usually just buy it because of this color and how pretty it is. So I don't see why you would want to do that, remove it, since clear quartz is so common. You can find that almost anywhere, even yourself. You can just go digging, but not so much so with tangerine quartz with the staining. So yeah. All right, up next is my pistachio calcite medium sphere. So calcite is an extremely common crystal that comes in all varieties of colors from all corners of the earth and in all differing shapes and sizes. So yeah, when you've got this sort of light green colored calcite, its market name is usually pistachio calcite. And I just want to point out that you'll notice this sort of trend with the marketing tactics of naming certain common crystals food. Mostly it's fruits and stuff, but I mean, it's not limited to fruits, obviously. Yeah, I don't know why they tend to name everything after some sort of food. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, really pretty. Love the color. Now, next piece, I'm not too sure if it's named this after the fruit or the color, and that is my banded orange calcite large tower. Yeah, so this sort of deep orange coloring here, it does actually look juicy, so you can be forgiven to think of an orange when you think of it. And not to mention the white banding just is reminiscent of an orange's rind. So yeah, this just definitely reminds me of an orange. Up next is my green flower agate small flame. So if you've seen my previous video, you've noticed that my other flower agate had more of a pink tone to it and had pink amethyst actually growing from it. So yeah, they're both agates, they're both flower agates, but just with different added inclusions. Turning portions of, say, this piece here, green. What makes them both flower agates, however, is just that blooming effect, right? Which resembles flowers, so they both have that, and that's why they are considered flower agates, even if they have a pretty different look to them because of those inclusions. And then there's my lace agate medium wand. So lace agate is fairly common, showcasing layered banding with incorporated layers of quartz. And yeah, it's just pretty. And yeah, this is going to be my last piece for this video, which means there's only one more video left that I have to do to show you my collection, and then we're done. We're finished. At least showing off the collection, because like I stated before, I had actually gotten more crystals in, and I'm going to be doing unboxing video of those, and I'll be giving out also the names of the businesses I purchased the crystals from, in case anyone was maybe wanting to see what else they have at the store. Yeah, so look forward to that and for the last of my collection video. All right, bye.